Hi there. Oh gosh, am I recording? Yeah, I am. All right. Hi there again. Well, here's the game. It's called Night Call. It's well, why am I explaining what it's about? You're about to see what it's about. Point is, it's a detective game. Okay, kind of. It's interesting in how it does it. We'll see. We'll see. We'll get into it. Personal favorite of mine. Uh, we have three cases here that we can solve. Three cases. The judge. Well, technically, these are kind of difficulties. Victims have something in common, and the motive seems clear, but which suspect could have done it? The balanced case, perfect for first run. We're not rookies, okay? You and I, we're pros at this. I expect your contribution. I expect you to pay attention. We're gonna have a choice, and we gotta make a right one, okay? I will be asking you, so you best be paying attention. The Angel of Death. Random victims, unknown motive, weird case, slightly more difficult than the others. The Sandman. The victims may feel random at first, but there's a connection. Yet the motives might be hard to find. Dark and twisted case. I don't know about you. That's speaking my name. Could go hard. Won't go hard. I'm not. Yeah. The way it was designed. Okay, we'll go balanced. We got this. Let's see. Very niche game. I don't think I've ever seen anybody play it on YouTube. I really like the visuals too. This will be a multiple parter, solely because the game is just a little bit longer. I mean, compared to the other option, uh, it's not that long. The other option is like 10, 20 hours of game. So yeah, this will be less, I think. Sir, you can hear me, or do I need to speak up? Sir, you just spent 2 weeks in a coma. Coma? Yes, you were the victim of an assault. You are aware a serial killer is currently on the loose in Paris. This takes place in France. You feel the contents of your stomach crawling up your throat. The one the media are calling the Sandman shot you before escaping. You were deprived of oxygen for several minutes, and we chose to put you in an induced. You taste bile at the back of your throat. Your head is burning. You hear a whistle in one ear. Your fingers move to your wound. Underneath the bandages, you can feel hard skin. It is incredibly painful. Did they. I'm sorry. Did they catch the Sandman? No. I was dropping off a passenger, it seems. What about my passenger? He was dead before you even got out of your cab. Oof. The police would like to see you as soon as possible to ask you some questions. You're currently the only one of the Sandman's victims who is still alive. You need to rest. I don't care, you're the only witness. He's. Strange feeling washes over you. It's not pain, not fatigue. Some odd combination of the two. Before being in the hospital room, you never realized that anger was made up of a combination of pain and exhaustion. Anger. A feeling you know all too well. Days go by, and a month later, well, look, I've got a bit of a problem. Real problem, that is. You have a pounding headache. It's your first night behind the wheel since the attack. Are you listening to me? Catch your boss's eye in the rear view mirror. Okay, this game is gonna be a lot of reading, so I hope you enjoy my voice, cause this is pretty much the game. Yeah. He stares at you for a second or two without speaking. Sometimes I wonder what's going on inside your head. You always seem so far away. I'm listening. Okay, okay. He's watching you closely, trying to make out what's going on in your head. You know, I'm worried about you, don't you? I know. You're like a son to me, you know. I know. And you know he's about to tell you the story of his taxi fleet. Again. When my father died and left me the store, I could have sold it. I could have retired, gone back to the old country. I'll let him go on. But I decided to start a cab fleet with the money he left me, to hire the guys from the neighborhood. That's why I've got 45 guys like you working for me. His hands flutter in the air. Though none of them are any match for you. He smiles, his voice suddenly takes on a serious note. Do you want me to go over everything again? Points to the equipment on the dashboard, the meter, the GPS. You haven't been in a taxi for weeks. Maybe you do need a little refresher. Nah, I'm fine. Don't bother. Your boss seems a little embarrassed. It'll just take a minute. It'd make me feel better. Alright, fine. Right then, well, first the map. You spot potential customers and try to guess where they'd be going. Then you decide. When a customer orders a taxi, if there's no one else around, you have to go pick them up. He shrugs. That's the way it goes. It's business. No problem. The other fares, you look at the map and decide whether or not you want to take them. Then, you drive. Flashes a quick mechanical smile. You know it well. When he talks about work, he talks about work. That's all. When your shift is over, we do the numbers and his voice trails off as if searching for the right words. That's all. Pretty simple. There's no reason why you can't do it. Oh, right. No overtime. We're in France here and there are rules, regulations. You might not see it that way, but no one likes having a driver who hasn't slept for 24 hours. He looks away. Something's been bothering him since he got into the cab. Anyhow, you know the ropes. You get it. I know you're going to do a good job. What's the matter? Your Your boss keeps quiet for a while, as if he's hesitant to speak, and then... I don't think it's a good idea. You shouldn't be driving. The murderer is still out there, and we think he's going to come back. For you. Maybe. The boss pulls himself up a little straighter. You can sense he's trying to control himself, trying not to get upset. Maybe he'd been told to go easy on you. He holds your gaze, then turns away. You know, I can put you on the day shift, or send you out to the suburbs, away from it all. You shake your head no. Don't worry about it. Anyway, I'll let you get back to work. Every minute spent in your taxi is a minute lost. Gives you a smile, half ironic, half serious. Good night. Same to you, and good luck. You'll spend the rest of his night dealing with problems and drivers. You wonder how and when the guy gets any sleep. Your boss opens the door and exits the cab. You watch him across the street and enter the fleet garage. A couple of colleagues are milling about. Taxis are coming and going. They all ignore you, consciously or unconsciously. You are blinded. You sit there a moment, then turn the key in the ignition. The hum of the engine sends a tingle down your spine. It's impossible to describe how you miss that feeling. It's back to the night shift, back to life. Despite the attack, despite it all... Oh, I thought there was going to be more. let's see what we got here. And this is the game, basically. We get to pick who we pick up. It's always interesting. I don't know. Let's pick up the closest one. We're a taxi driver. We haven't really gotten to the mystery side yet, but we'll get there in a sec. I need to go to the 14th. I'm not gonna bother. I'm just looking at money, really. That's all that matters. Oh, this game's gonna be a lot of reading. I hope you like a little audiobook. It's yeah. Maybe we'll do a day. Maybe we'll do two. We'll see how much reading there is. Gotta take a little breather. Your next passenger has barely gotten into the cab when she tells you where she wants to go in a frank and determined voice. You start driving. She's glancing around the cab and taking notes. I'll just let her be. Watch in silence as your passenger appears to be testing your taxi? She runs her fingers over the cloth of the back seat, sniffles the seat belt, opens and closes the window over and over. Can I help you? Your young passenger doesn't even raise her head as she replies icily. Is that how you speak to all your passengers? She hangs on the last words of her sentences, like she's letting the last syllable slowly escape her lips. You are unique? She shrinks back for a second and smiles. Thanks, but flattery won't get you anywhere. I'm here to get a clear and objective answer. Do you think the quality of your vehicle has any influence on your numbers? Yeah, I think so. She cuts you off. I need a yes or a no answer. The last word slides up with an imaginary question mark. It's still resonating in the cab when she starts her next question. It will make analyzing the data from my questionnaire easier. I'll nod. Good, let's move on. She takes a minute to write down your reply. Good. Do you think you could drive for more than 12 hours a day? You look at her in the rearview mirror. Yeah, but it'd be dangerous. She doesn't even listen to the end of your reply. What about 16 hours? Driving 16 hours? Your brain fixates on her upspeak. Hours. You shake your head. 16 hours straight? 16 hours. Yes or no? I? No. She sighs softly as if she were disappointed. Would you be prepared to learn massage techniques as part of your taxi service? Massage? Answer the question. No, I have to drive. She groans. That's inconvenient. What about learning basic psychotherapy? No? Good, good, good. Her eyes land on the next question. She lets out a little, oh, this one's prickly. The voice makes your skin crawl. You dig your fingernails into the leather of your steering wheel. Would you be prepared to learn how to make a coffee and mix cocktails? You remain silent for a moment. She cuts you off. A yes or no answer. No? Too bad for you then. You're going to miss out on an amazing opportunity. My idea is based on a very simple concept. People take taxis in the morning, midday, at night. What if you offer them coffee on their way to work? Croissants? What if at noon, between two meetings, they could eat a nice hot meal, comfortably seated on the cushy backseat of the taxi? And in the evening, nighttime, why not have a cocktail before your evening out at the theater, the movies, even before clubbing? She stops herself. You can tell she's restless. You sigh. Good thing you're not far from your destination. So? I don't think it's a good idea. That's a terrible idea. Excuse me? Well, for starters, it's dangerous to have a coffee in a moving vehicle. I just don't see how I can drive and prepare all that. I've observed that when drivers picks up a new passenger, they park for an average of 117 seconds. Yes, so we can write up the bill, pick up, sometimes clean up the cab, or just take a break. It's a waste of time. The idea is to use those 2 wasted minutes to prepare a meal for the next passenger, a meal they'll have ordered on our app. She doesn't seem to get it. Do you drive? Uh, no. I live in Paris. I don't need a car. Driving is really exhausting, much more so than it seems, you know. She looks at you, seems taken aback. She raises her hand. But wait, I didn't tell you the name I found for the concept. You're going to love it. He smiles. Mobile home. Get it? Your taxi becomes a home. A mobile home. She points her head in your direction. Not bad, eh? Listen, I'm sorry to break it to you like this. I mean, I'm just a simple taxi driver. I didn't go to college or anything. But I know that folks just want to go from one place to another. Some talk, some sleep, many send texts. But a cab is just a cab. She stares at you. You've got to be crazy not to want to transform your life. I'm offering you a way to provide better service, make more money, bring your job into the 21st century. Your blood starts to boil. I'll keep calm. We're not machines. Yet you'll soon be replaced by robots. They know where to go, how to drive. In 10 years' time, you'll have to be eradicated. So if I were in your shoes, I'll keep calm. I'd be thinking about a career change. Okay, you've got to be a little savvy, flexible, curious, willing to leave your comfort zone. There's a twinkle in your eye. You remember one particular night, blood on your hands, your wound, comfort zone. I'll say nothing. Your behavior is very typical of those performing low-skilled labor. You let her voice fade away, dissolve into the background. Noise like the hum of the engine, the rubbing of the tires, the metallic click of the clutch. Comfort zone. You could sum up this whole story up like that. You were pulled out of your comfort zone. Everything changed when I live right over there. You stop immediately. Your passenger hands you some money. As you're handing over her change, she sighs. You were lost in thought for a while there. You need to pay closer attention. That doesn't really meet my expectations of a good taxi driver. She gets out the taxi before you can answer. You bite your lip. Comfort zone. Blood on your hands. Take a deep breath. Come on. Look at that measly tip she left me. Ridiculous. Give me a couple coins, not even $1. Not even one single euro. Sigh. Let's pick up this lady. It's funny, I've played this game before. I haven't actually met all the passengers. There's a lot. There's like 200 of them. Oh, and so much reading. I'm up to the 6 uh, arrondissement. Oh gosh, not gonna bother. You pull up in front of La Pierre, a starred restaurant you've heard a lot about. 2 women are waiting out front, standing a ways apart. The first is one of your suspects. You recognize her face right away. She's connected to the hedge fund that managed the Albatross, the apartment building that burnt down. The second woman, you've never seen her before. She's wearing pajamas? She has a dumb smile on her face. They hug each other goodbye in an oddly distant way. Oof, you can tell. Reading reading out loud is not my strong suit. I'm happy I got through that first one easy. Ooh, maybe I chose a bad game. The other one is the same thing. Is it actually? They might have voice acting in the other one. Either way, I got this. The first leans over to your window. We're going in 2 different directions. Cold, blunt voice. You can tell by her tone she's trying to impress the other woman. I'm going to Saint Germain, and she's going to Etoile, Avenue de la Grande Armée. Both women look at each other. The one wearing pajamas raises her hand. Go ahead. I see another taxi at the end of the street. Don't worry about me. Go. She turns to her friend. Is that okay with you? No worries. Call me? course. Let me think about your offer. Your suspect gets in the cab. Your next passenger gets in, and you start driving away from the restaurant. Your passenger turns around, trying to catch her friend's eye, the one she left behind on the sidewalk. She sighs a very strange sigh. It's horrible. Just horrible. What is? I was talking about. She realizes she was talking out loud and freezes. There's a short moment of silence. She looks at you closely and decides you must be trustworthy. You've always been a people person. You see it as sort of a superpower. My friend, what's happening to her is just terrible. She's not doing well. She's in a bad way. Doesn't know what to do anymore. She was telling me about her new idea, her new business plan, but it's obvious she's at the end of her rope. I helped her build a future for her business and she burst into pieces, just like that huge blimp way back when. It's horrible, especially since her voice fades out for a second, floats in midair. She seems lost in thought. Keep an eye on her, glancing back from time to time. Her mind is elsewhere, far from this taxi. Every once in a while, she makes a noise, a mix between a whistle and a chirp. You'd really love to know what she's thinking. I'll say something, why not? You're only a few minutes from Saint Germain. This is probably your only chance to get near this suspect. You have to talk to her. Suspect, by what suspect means, well, you can assume what it means. We're gonna have. Oh, Jesus. I'm losing my voice already. Holy. We're gonna have a list of suspects that we're supposed to, like, filter until we find the killer. It's not gonna be all the passengers. We're gonna have a select few, but we'll get to that. Uh, I'll say your face rings a bell. This is one of our suspects, apparently, as the game is saying. She sits up suddenly and looks closely at you. For a while, your heart stops beating. What if? I don't think so. I never forget a face. Her expression is tense for a few seconds, a few long seconds. Then she flashes a tiny, strained, pinched smile. I'm sure of it. I don't know you. Her sentence leaves no doubt and puts an immediate end to the conversation. You can tell she's a real pro. She runs a company and knows how to start and how to finish a conversation. She also knows how to appear busy and put on a poker face. Let's watch her very closely. Try to find something about her manner or appearance, some detail you could connect to the night of the attack. She catches you watching her. Something wrong? Or do you do this to all your passengers? Do what? Stare at them and make them feel uncomfortable. Oh, I'm sorry. What's the name of your company? She parks the taxi in front of her destination. She looks up at her building. You got lucky. I hope I never see you again. Her icy voice cuts through the night. She pays her fare and gets out of the cab in a huff. Oof, I'm not getting a tip, am I? You hear the sound of her heels banging on the sidewalk. She walks up to the entrance of her building, turns around, and looks at you. Stay. You don't budge. She stands there watching you for a while. Her eyes give off a vague shimmer in the night. A car flies by. Somewhere above you, a metal shutter bangs. She eventually goes into her lobby. She doesn't turn on the light. You turn the key in the ignition and notice you are shaking nervously. You leave your street behind. No, she did still leave a tip. Very horrible tip, but still. Considering I made her uncomfortable, not too bad. The door suddenly opens and a woman gets into the back seat. Having a good night? For a second you freeze. One of the cops on the Sandman case. She grins at you. Her voice creaks. You remember seeing her in the hospital. Something already bothered you about her there. You know, it's actually pretty crazy. For weeks I've been saying to myself there's something off about you. Something not so nice. I dug around, mulled it over, bugged all my fellow cops about it, Because I was sure you lied to us. She has a cold sneer on her face. I'm gonna be frank with you. She leans over to you. You're not the Sandman. Not the right profile. She squints like she's trying to make you out from far away. Like you'd have gone to the extent of hurting yourself. Yeah, between us, it's a bit of a stretch. She stares at you. But not enough of a stretch for my chief to stop going on and on about you. Seriously, he talks about you all the time. If I didn't know better, I'd think he had a crush on you. She smirks. No. I think he's more interested in your profile. In prison at 17, an icy chill fills your gut. And for murder, too? You open your mouth, but nothing comes out. Since you got out, you've kept a low profile, but you're lying about your name and your address. I checked. It's normal, you'd say. If they get word of your time served, no loan for your permit, no lease for your car, meaning no second chance at life. Her voice becomes softer, almost warm. I personally like guys who want a second chance. No, I like guys who fight for a second chance. Basically, I like guys who are willing to work for me. She leans forward, her shining cat-like eyes narrowing. My chief wants to go to the prosecutor with a first and last name with evidence. Actually, knowing him, he's not so hot on evidence. So I'll give you info, victims, suspects, medical reports, some photos that are a bit... She makes a gagging noise. You have to be discreet. Keep it between you and me. Interrogate, ask questions, dig around. I'm not a cop. She shrugs. Don't worry, you're already keener than half the squad. And don't forget, I'm not asking you to make an arrest and deliver the killer wrapped up with a bow in front of the station, okay? You're no Batman. You're just here to get me more information. She rummages around in her pockets for what seems like forever. Here, take my card. I'll call you in 3-4 days just to check in. We'll chat. I'll let you know if I have any new info. She takes on a didactic? No, I don't know that word. Didactic? Paternalistic tone, like she was giving you a list of recommendations for the 100th time. Don't get caught, don't get arrested. Also, I wouldn't recommend trying to leave Paris. I know what you look like and I know who your friends are. You can either be the solution or the problem, my friend. It takes a minute to scan your face, your emotions. If I have to, I'll go check in on you-know-who. Her smile is biting. That reminds me. She know you done time? You shake your head. She snickers. Oh my, little dirtbag. You cover your tracks well. What if I refuse? If you refuse? Simple. I turn you in. Send your picture to all my friends in the media and every asshole in Paris. Your picture with your name on it. Your real name. Anyone close to you will have their place searched. They'll be put under house arrest. Spend nights in jail. You have any idea how tense things are with that fucker's trial underway? You sigh. You know just what she's trying to get at. Come to think of it, your last names are almost the same. You could be brothers, actually. I'll keep my calm. She takes on a serious tone, businesslike. I want to catch this killer personally. I want to drag him to court, ruin his fucking life, with a bang. I can't botch this case, you got me? And neither can you, right? Obviously. Well, great then. We see eye to eye. So you can just say you're my informant. My CI. You ripped open your gut. You saw your own insides. You were in a coma. Yeah, you have plenty of reasons to want to get back at him. She furrows her brow. Yeah, I think you're actually going to do what I tell you to do. You investigate, ask questions, listen to all the rumors, and you come up with a list of suspects. She lays her hand on the door handle and freezes. Oh, right, and don't get fired. Without this cab, you're worth nothing to me. You glare at her. I'll keep my calm. For what it's worth, it was a pleasure not to be interrupted every other minute. You can't imagine how much I missed that at work. She puts her hand up and you can hear the words behind it. The conversation never happened. I'll make sure you get more intel tomorrow. I'll find a way. Till then, not a word to anyone. Obviously. Not a word. The door opens, squeaks, and slams shut. Fucking bitch. You sit alone for a while, teeth clenched, dried-eyed, ears buzzing. Shit. In the back seat, the cop left a pile of papers. Shit. Key in the ignition, motor running, radio on, crackles. Turn it off and start driving. So here we get a little explanation. The ones with the yellow backgrounds are relevant to the case, or suspects rather. So yeah, point is, we have a criminal past. I don't have to dumb it down. I think everybody understood, but we have a criminal past, and she called us out on it, and she's threatening us, blackmailing us to basically do this investigation. She gave us 4 things of evidence. We'll dissect them later, or maybe now. Maybe we. Okay, usually like the days are longer, but she cut it in half. So we're creating a board right now, a little suspect board. We have 5 suspects. Take a second to enjoy the silence of your studio apartment. Outside, the city's slowly waking up. You can still hear the hum of the taxi buzzing in your ears. You throw the files Busset gave you on the table. On the wall, you hung up the big corkboard, oof, where you used to pin up the photos of your nephews. They've been gone since you got out of your plain and simple. Jot down all the pieces of evidence and connect them to the suspects. The guilty part won't necessarily be the one with the most evidence against them, but the one with the most compelling evidence against them. It's like you're building a story about each suspect, trying to understand their motives, understand how he or she got into the situation. You're suddenly overcome with the desire to sleep. You close your eyes, press your fingers to your eyelids and let out a yawn. You take your shoes off before getting to work. Okay, we'll deal with some of these, and then we'll call it. I think we'll have it. We'll do day by day. Honestly, that's a lot of reading, if I can be honest. Okay, first let's check out our suspects. We met her already. An ex-partner of Grupe Demont, recently fired from the board. Good physical state, lost her dad a year ago, did her military service in Israel, knows how to handle a gun, anger management issues, assaulted a cop a few months ago. Interesting. She's tall. Okay. Wait, I didn't read her name. Geraldine Zemmour. Alexandre Leclerc? Leclerc. Retired mailman, good physical state despite his alcoholism. Lost his grandson in the Albatross fire a few months ago. Was one of the more vocal protesters after the Albatross fire. Attacked Anita Ventimiglia during a protest. She never pressed charges. Interesting. Oh. Wait, no, we met both of them. Wait, where did we meet her? Was this the one we talked to, or was this the one we talked to? No, this was the one we talked to. Oh, interesting. Anita Ventimiglia, CEO of Grupe Demont, owner of the Albatross building. Excellent physical taste. Physical state. Physical taste. Oof. Has been difficult to investigate. Have friends in high places. Described as a shark by rivals and friends. Ruthless and ready for anything. Father was linked to the Croatian mafia. Korskan mafia. Okay, interesting. So they worked in the same company. He fought her at one point, but she didn't press charges. Interesting. So already they're linked. Who's this guy? Christoph Claire Clarion, a young drifter, dropped out of school. Average physical state, arrested but always released. Minor at the time. Reasons unknown. No known address in Paris. Suspected to steal unlocked cars. Possible use of drugs. So he's the first one that has no connection to our people here. Camille and Anton Antony? Can you tell how bad I am with foreign names? Okay, doesn't matter. Camille. Entrepreneur. Heir of the fourth victim. Oh wait, no, these aren't victims, these are suspects. Heir of the fourth victim. Young, fit, good physical state. Anger management issues. Attacked a cop the day of the first killing. Never arrested. Blurry past. Lives in a studio owned by her family and the Groupe de Monde. Interesting. So she's connected to this one through like anger management issues and also similar assault of a cop. And she's also arrested, connected to this one through the Groupe de Monde. Yeah, but through the company. This guy's interesting. I don't know where he connects to, but he connects. He definitely connects. Okay, let's see. Let's go through what documents we have. Let's go suspects intel. See, it's gonna take time to do these things. We can actually get through all of them. Sometimes we won't have that much energy, or sometimes she'll give us too much. See, and this is what we have now. So the ones that aren't directly linked to somebody, we'll get to those later. See, these are linked, these are attached. They're directly relevant to them. Set those aside right now. These are directly linked to these people. So for her, Geraldine lost her company to Groupe de Monde. So her company was bought out by her company. Interesting. Don't know how that applies. Might be a civil, not civil, but like a corporate dispute. Alexandri's grandson died from an we didn't really need this. We have this information. Victim 1 used to work with mafia. Okay, that's something. She has ties to the mafia. Anita's husband is a dentist with access to muscle relaxant. How does that help us? So look at that. The first victim was burned, and they were an arsonist. They thought it was a suicide at first. Tears found on victim 2. Maybe killer? Victim 1's usual MO, similar to Albatross fire. So it's linked to that Albatross fire. There's an arsonist who got burned, and they thought it was a suicide. And his death was similar to the fire. I don't know how that'd be, but victim 2 was strangled post-mortem. So this one felt like a personal one. There's tears, probably the killers, and they were strangled post their death. So this is somebody who's emotional and struggles to manage with their emotions. So far, we like I said, we won't we'll have a couple episodes of this. I forget how many days are in this game. Not many. This will be an episodic thing. It's already been probably a little while of recording. Point being, so far, I think he's gonna be the red herring. I don't know why it would be him. But I think it's trying to make me think it's him. Like, a lot of stuff points to him, so I'm leaning away from him. this is interesting. All these people are connected through business. These 3 people. Now, who is this guy? I don't think it'll be him. I think it's gonna be somebody interesting. Attack the cop, anger management issues. Heir, the 4th victim, entrepreneur. Honestly, I might be leaning towards her. For no particular reason. Her. For some reason, this one isn't really giving me any vibes of it. But her, she is. Something is suspicious. Especially because it mentions that she didn't press charges against him. We met her. She was not that nice. She wasn't a nice lady, so interesting. But that will very likely conclude it. With a heavy hand, you wipe your tired face. You slowly open the sofa bed and lie down. The events of the day run through your head. The streets, the passengers, their faces, their problems. You open one eye. You stretch slowly. It's already nighttime out. You get up quickly. And a few minutes later, you're outside of your studio. Alright, thank you. If you enjoyed, I will make another. If not, tell me so I don't lose my voice reading all this stuff. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.